Thank you, Rick. Great to be with you here this morning and see so many friends from Plant City and the Hillsborough County Economic Development Community. With me here from TECO today are Laura Crouch, our Director of Community Relations, and Doug Driggers, who I think you all know very well. Can you guys stand for just a sec? In addition to my normal responsibilities at Tampa Electric, I'm very involved in the community and education, very involved on the USF Foundation and Hillsborough Education Foundation boards, but I'm also very involved in economic development, and I'm proud to be a board member of the Tampa Hillsborough Economic Development Corporation and Enterprise Florida. And I can tell you that, as everybody in this room knows so well in Florida, I think we've learned that we can be hit as hard or harder by tough economic times than other areas of the country. And I think we've also learned that economic development is key, and communities working together are key to mitigating the effects of recessionary times. The good news is, on the other hand, as growth is returning, we also are working together, and I know this community is working very well together to be competitive and attract jobs and investments to our communities. It's my pleasure to be a part of Tampa Electric's long history in supporting this very special community here in Plant City. We've been a part of this community since we began serving it in 1922, and Tampa Electric was founded in 1898. So we've been here in Plant City for most of our history. We're proud to be Plant City's utility partner, and we're also proud to be Plant City's partner in economic development as well. We view these roles as being very aligned, and we believe that fundamental growth in a community is good for the utility business as well. And we know that, along with the city who provides utility services, we have a responsibility to be there on schedule, on budget, with our utility services for new projects in this area. I wanted to share with you just a few minutes, a little bit of my philosophy on economic development. For many years in Florida, it seemed easy to grow our economy. And I think, like we were saying before, the recession has taught us in many ways that downturns can be tough, and like I said before, we can make a difference. And I think in order to be successful at growing both in tough times and in better times, it's important to have top-notch cooperation in the community, including public and private entities. And fortunately, we have great cooperation between Hillsborough County, City of Tampa, Plant City, and Temple Terrace, as well as our airport and our port. And as evidenced by the turnout that's here today, we've got great cooperation between the private partners in our community. And we know that it takes a public-private partnership in order to be as successful as we can be in economic development. Further, it takes a top-notch staff to be good in economic development. And I think we're very blessed, as Rick Lott said earlier, at the Tampa Hillsborough EDC, to have top-notch leadership in Rick Holman's and his leadership team. And they are doing a great job of the nuts and bolts work of attracting jobs and attracting investment to our community. It's only natural when things are going very well for a county like our county and our municipalities to kind of think bigger and broader and think about what's possible. And you may have heard that we're doing just that at the Tampa Hillsborough Economic Development Corporation. We're thinking about what we can do to attract new corporations and specifically corporate headquarters to our area. And we've got a committee formed, and we're doing just that. But by the same token, I know from Tampa Electric's point of view and the point of view of the Tampa Hillsborough EDC, we appreciate that Plant City has its own interests and its own unique needs. Attracting good-paying manufacturing and logistics jobs, healthcare jobs, and jobs in agriculture are probably higher on the list than attracting a big corporate headquarters to Plant City or attracting an international company to Plant City. Being in eastern Hillsborough County, Plant City's focus on and its business clusters for economic developments are probably more aligned with a lot of the Central Florida communities. And I can tell you in my Tampa Electric role, just this past Friday, I was in Winter Haven at the CSX Intermodal Transportation and Warehousing Facility there. And I know that, by the way, that's a very impressive project for the Winter Haven community. And I know that you all in Plant City are looking at those kinds of opportunities as well. 3 years ago, Greg Horwoodell asked us at Tampa Electric and the Tampa Hillsborough EDC to get more involved in meeting the specific needs of Plant City. And as a result, both Tampa Electric and the Tampa Hillsborough EDC came together with Plant City to fund a dedicated position in support of Plant City's economic development. We were pleased to become more involved in that way, and I think that the people that have served in the Plant City role, including Jake Austin, who started out, and now Adam Myers, are moving the needle, we hope, for Mike Herr and Rick Lott, and doing a great job. From the standpoint of Tampa Electric specifically, we know that our job at Tampa Electric starts with providing good utility service. And I can tell you, we're not always perfect when it comes to that. A while back, Plastipac and Tafai and Bakery were talking to us and Plant City folks about the possibility of expanding their facilities, but they were worried about more than what they saw as more than their fair share of momentary electric outages at their facilities. And I can tell you our team at Tampa Electric, along with the folks in Plant City, worked very hard to rapidly rectify that situation. We took the customers' concerns very seriously, and we've installed new circuits and voltage control, and we patrol the circuits regularly out there along County Line Road. And I can tell you, and you know this, but Tampa Electric is focused on being reliable. We're focused on being a low-cost provider. And importantly, in the area of economic development, like I said, we're focused on being there when the new services are needed. And on that last point, we have in our capital budget to add what we've called the Park substation out south of Plastipac on County Line Road, south of 92. We have the dollars in our budget for this year and next year to do just that. So at Tampa Electric, we are focused on being the best that we can be for Plant City, both as your electric utility and as your economic development partner, and we think it works best when those things are aligned. And I know that I speak on behalf of all the folks from Tampa Electric that are here today, those that have worked for Tampa Electric in the past, like Johnny Dean Page, and the 80 Tampa Electric employees that live and work here in Plant City, when I say that we work for you, and we want to make Plant City, we want to be a part of making Plant City the best that it can be. Thank you very much.